Another beautiful day with another episode of True Abundance InTRUview. Hunter, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
So this is the quad, like you said.
That's the exciting building, I think. Kim, Don, thank you so much for chatting with me. I appreciate it. Where did it start?
One room, two of us.
It's a slow process that we slowly grew into.
And I remember our first crown, it was a gold crown.
It was a non-precious crown.
Was it?
It wasn't even a gold crown.
You were interior designer. I mean, I walk in, this place looks like a showroom.
She has these visions, but it does flow. I like the other vision.
All right, let's get Chris. Let's get you to sit down. All right, come on. Come on. Chris, Hunter, I appreciate you guys sitting down with me. I want to find out from you you kind of run the day-to-day. Before I chat with Kim and Don, the founders, I want to chat with you because you really are that day-to-day operation. Chris, you talk to the doctors every single day. You maintain those relationships. Hunter, you basically grew up under the umbrella of Van Hook. Your mom worked here. You've worked here for quite a while. Let's start with you. What's it like working with a company that you've known since the day you were born?
It's honestly great. My mom was pretty much pregnant with me working here about 28, 29 years ago. And she had me, and I did work here and there for this place. And when I got to high school, I really started working here, like towards the end of high school. And I went to college, and I was going between college and here, going back and forth.
What did you study in college?
Just business administration, so really basic stuff. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I really liked this place. And I kind of used what I learned in college, and I came back and forth between classes in here and kind of applied it here. And then they made me a really nice offer and gave me a really nice position. They're like, hey, why don't you come here? Why don't you start working here full time? And that's basically what led to here today. Now I'm here, I'm 25, 26 years old working here, and it's great. I love Don and Kim. I've known them forever, my whole life, pretty much. So they've seen me grow up. I've seen this place grow exponentially. So it's great, honestly. It's a great experience. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay, we'll talk about that growth here in a second. Chris, we're going to talk about how and why you got into this crazy industry and the digital industry. Where did it all begin for you?
It was random, honestly. I had a friend back in Lake Havasu for New West, a branch of Glidewell, that we said, oh, we're hiring in shipping, maybe you'll like it. So I decided to go in there, and I'm opening these cases, seeing all these little parts and pieces, and it just struck my brain of like, what are these? So I just dug into it and learned and moved out here in the valley and ended up finding the Van Hooks, and it's just grown since. I absolutely love what I do. So it's a lot of fun.
What is your role? What is your title here?
Mini roles.
Mini roles?
Mini roles, jack of all trades. Do a little bit of everything. So from customer support to technical support to also known as the implant guru. So all your implant questions I can answer. Everything.
Got it. And then what is your title? What's your role here now?
So I'm the procurement manager. I do all the inventory controls. I keep in contact with my vendors and maintain relationships. I'm even recently I've kind of branched out into bringing in new products. Learning about what's out there in the world, staying on top of it. So a lot of research, a lot of talking to people. So yeah, that's what I do.
So what's your favorite part? Chris, let me ask you, what's your favorite part about working in this industry? What keeps you here?
The change.
Okay.
It's constant change.
Sure is.
Always learning something new products coming out, and I like my brain picked. So I enjoy doing that.
Do you like searching out these new products? Do you like the beta aspect, the trial, the R&D?
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
That's
all
great.
of it.
I mean, this is really a perfect industry for you.
All of it.
I can tell.
It's a lot of fun.
And what about you? What's your favorite part about being in this industry?
Oh, I'm just like him. I just love it. I mean, I go home and that's all log on CDE World or whatever the recent research site that I like to go to is, and I'll just scour and look
Dental
at stuff.
nerds.
And, yeah. So.
You two are like the golden children in the industry that every single lab wants to have on their staff, because you guys are really drawn to it from who you are, what your passion is. Let's talk about the culture in the House of Van Hook. How would you explain this culture that's been created?
We have a tight-knit family-like relationship here.
Yeah.
We're all very, very close. We help each other out. We all have each other's backs. We're only as strong as our weakest link, so we build everybody to the strongest we can.
For sure. I would say that I've kind of seen it grow from the family-based business type of thing, and it's kind of taken that mentality and just scaled it up with our size. It's been a push and pull type of challenge, but to keep that culture with things grow, that can kind of get lost and get pushed to the wayside. But I think the owners and everybody in admin and the managerial positions here pretty much hold on to that idea and try to make sure that stays the same. So.
All right, let's go back to the relationships, because you both are a huge part of why the success of Van Hook continues to grow and where it is now, because of those relationships that you've built and, more importantly, maintained. Chrys, how do you see the relationships in your mind? Have they changed, and how to maintain those relationships, and how do you maintain those relationships with those doctors all over the country, really?
Communicating, listening and communicating. I mean, we communicate with everything. Anything we question, we call and work with them and talk with them and show them. We're a team, so again, listening. It's most important. Just listen to them.
You got to build trust.
Yes.
I mean, that's hard to do in this day and age. Everybody's out. It's cutthroat.
Yes.
And it's hard to build that trust.
Yeah, it sure is.
How do you learn how to talk to these doctors? There's a lot of doctors now.
Continuous education.
There you go. CE. That's the secret.
Yeah.
Where do you guys look for your CE courses? Is it like a YouTube thing? Because everything now it's YouTube University, everybody calls it. You could learn anything on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Is YouTube a big part of it?
There's a lot of it is open source on video sharing platforms or like the journal publishing websites that I was talking about earlier, but also we like to fly people out to specific courses, or sometimes they're local, sometimes they're a couple states over, sometimes they're across the country, but we fly a variety of people in different positions to different places and do stuff in person sometimes too. So it's a wide variety of things that we do, of resources, yeah. So
with not only the relationships but the history, the brand of Van Hook in general, a lot of companies come at you. They have a lot of ideas, they have a lot of new products they want you to try, they want you to sell. Tell me about who created the relationship with True Abutment. How did that start? Do you guys know? And who works with True Abutment most here in the office?
I think it started out a while ago.
Yes.
Quite a while ago.
I started working with them back in like 2016, 17 area.
That's when it actually grew to more what it is today. But even before that, I think we were using True Abutment for specific custom abutments that we couldn't go to like OEM for. They didn't have like a design service, an OEM design service. We like to send our abutments to them for OEM manufacturing. But certain abutments we couldn't, because certain OEM don't have abutment manufacturing.
So we'd send other companies.
Yeah, we'd send those abutments to True Abutment, and we noticed that you guys had a really strong product. And we started branching out, and for certain products, we like to use like your tie bases or your tie inserts for like our zirconia hybrids. And we noticed they were really strong products and for a very fair price. So that's kind of how that grew, I think. It started out with select custom abutment manufacturing for very specific cases, and then it grew into stock parts, and it just kind of flourished.
But again, we go back to trust. You got to trust the partners. You're only as strong as the people you have around you. Last question for you is the industry as a whole. You guys truly are passionate about it. You guys take the courses. You're staying on the cutting edge. I'll start with you, Hunter. Where do you see this industry, the digital dentistry as a whole, with lab specific, where do you see it in the next 10 years? And does it scare you sometimes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it can get pretty scary. I'd say obviously things are becoming every day more and more digital. I think unfortunately a lot of the analog stuff that we have a whole building dedicated to might slowly wither away with how cheap things are, cost per part wise when it comes to digitizing things. Materials are only going to get stronger. Things are going to be more printable, more millable. Material science is always being pushed forward in that respect. So within the next 10 years, probably see some pretty wild stuff, and it's going to be a much more profitable business for us, but it might require more initial investment. New machines, new equipment, new materials, new learning curve too. But
that's what you love.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we strive for.
Yeah, I like that. You're bathing it around here.
We do.
Where do you see the industry in 10 years, Chrys?
A lot can change in 10 years. A lot's changed in the past 10 years. So to see it in 10 years from now, I'm excited but also nervous.
AI, two
yes.
letters.
Yes,
I
and
mean,
it's got a lot to work out with
Yeah.
AI. We have a lot to work on, definitely. But it's going to be great. It's going to be up and new, coming technology. I mean, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, we can make 2 rolls, and I also got some props. If you guys want to grab some props. So we want to have Kim and Don in the middle. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take one more. Have a gift for the office. I can have Kim open it for us.
Thank you. Oh gosh, I wanted one of these. The Theragun. Yes. Massages for everyone.
Hunter, I come to a lot of these labs, big and small, especially the bigger ones. They seem to be a little sterile, not as fun, not as welcoming, but you guys have all made it fun. You, Chrys, Kim, Don, it's been a lot of fun chatting with you and hearing your story. Been here since the day you were born. I love it.
thanks for coming down.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
All right, I know you're busy. Get out of here.
Thanks. See ya.
Well, that's going to do it. Another episode is in the books. Tempe, Arizona. Woo-hoo, it's hot out.